All right, well, hey folks, it's Coach Aldrin from Just Work Fitness, and I'm going to be bringing you another 20-minute follow-along video that's meant for seniors that are trying to build up their strength, their balance, their posture, and you want to get into maybe some resistance training because you've been told that you might suffer from osteopenia or osteoporosis, but you have to do so gradually. So this is the 5th video in a series of 8 videos that I'm putting on there. It's going to be gentle, it's very little impact, and it's going to use some basic tools that you might have, and it's going to require some resistance bands like this. I ordered these ones online. There is a link in the description if you are interested in supporting the channel, as well a step stool. Now, most of you may have a step stool at home. This one has a handle on it, which I like because it allows you to support yourself while you climb up and down. So, also, link is in the description if you'd like to support the channel. It's going to be 2 cycles of 5 basic exercises, all right? Ultimately, what I'm doing is increasing the difficulty slightly so that each week you follow along. So far, I think there's 4. This is video number 5, and there'll be 8 in total. And if you can, do 2 to 3 of these workouts a week, and then it'll slowly build up. And then, of course, if you have suggestions for more videos to incorporate, we're hopefully going to be incorporating some light dumbbells and then other exercises to help with balance, help with posture, help with your strength, your ability to move around and do those daily functions. All right, so we're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm-up. So here we go. We're just going to start with marching on the place. And of course, safety is number 1, folks. Before starting this program or any other program out there, please make sure that you have medical clearance to do so. These exercises are being shown for demonstration purposes, hopefully that you can see some of the things that you can do. Anyway, safety first. All right, so we're going to start with this marching on the spot. We're going to be here for about a minute or so. And as of course, the chair is also a device that we're going to be using. And if you need, you can use the chair as a support. These exercises can be done from a seated position. However, because this is the 5th workout in the series, there is one move that we're going to be going down to the ground, and I will show you how to safely get down to the ground. If you're not sure, one of the ways you can get up and off the ground safely. I'm on carpet. If you're on floor, maybe having a mat would be helpful. All right, so a couple more seconds. We're just going to be marching in place just to warm up the muscles, and we're going to start with some arm circles. Here we go. Nice wide base here. Okay, 3-point contact on the floor. You can feel your big toe, your little toe, and your heel on both feet. Feel nice and stable. So arm circles forward. Thank you so much for joining me today, taking care of your fitness, because of course there's many things that you can do. Regular exercise is just one part of the puzzle that is going to help you with your health and your fitness. Of course, proper sleep, nutrition is a big one. And of course, if you are seeing your doctor and you've been prescribed certain medications, of course, that's all part of a kind of a multi-pronged approach. All right, so here we go. And of course, you know your body. Depending on how you're feeling, go to your limits and go at your speed. We're going to go backwards here for a few seconds. All right? So, exercise is supposed to help you maintain movement and get stronger over time. But the best case is we can slow down loss, especially if you've been told that you're losing muscle mass at a greater than normal rate and bone mineral density is declining. The best case is we can slow down that loss. All right, so we're going to have a 3-way step. You're going to take your left leg, you're going to step towards me, and then you're going to step out to the side, and then you're going to step behind. Good. Hopefully you have a little bit of floor space to work with. You can do this in a bedroom, living room, and step out to the side. Now I want you to think about your posture. Okay? We're staying on the left leg. Notice I'm not leaning over. I'm just moving from my hips here. I'm just extending my leg out to the side. We'll do one more on this side and to the back. Good. And breathing. Here we go. So right leg goes forward. Slight knee flex in that left leg. and back. Now, once again, if you need the chair for support as you do this, not a problem, all right? You can use the chair for support. Now, this might seem like a fairly innocuous and simple move, but it is training your balance because momentarily you have to be just resting on one foot. One more. Here we go. All right. And now we're going to do a chest opener because we will be using the arms, of course, in some of these moves. There's going to be 5 moves, and we're going to do 2 cycles. All told, should be about 20 minutes in and out, all right? And you can carry on with your day. All right, here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward, and we're going to reach forward and up with our arms as our left leg comes forward. So we're going to step forward, nice wide base, so make sure you're shoulder width apart. So step forward, slight knee flex in that left knee, reach forward and reach up. And now reverse that move. Good. Again with the left leg. Good. Good, nice. You want to have a nice shoulder width here. That'll give you a nice stable base. It becomes much harder if your feet are close together and you're more in line. Your base is not as stable, so my recommendation is to stay wide. There we go. Now we'll go with the right leg. Step up with the right, same thing, and come forward. Good. Go slowly, and step out. And if you just get to here, and there's very little knee bend, no problem. That's fine, all right? Just go to where you feel comfortable. We're going to do 2 more. And then, all right. All right, so let's go with round 1. I'm going to use this stool. Now, if you have a small step stool, because remember, think about getting up and down stairs, okay? You're going to have to step up and you're going to have to step down. We want to make sure that we raise our leg high enough so as not to trip. And of course, when we're coming downstairs, in fact, we want to make sure that as we're coming downstairs, if you notice for a moment, when you're coming down a stair, your foot, okay, you're balancing on one foot until that other foot steps down. All right, so this is going to be called a step down squat. It's going to look like this. And if you have just a small step stool and you have a cane or you have a broom or something you can hold up or even have a chair beside you, this is what it's going to look like. So we're standing here and we're going to, holding on gently, take our left leg and we're going to go straight down and touch our heel to the ground slightly and come on back up. So we're just going to touch down. Touch, 2. Touch, 3. Touch, 4. We're going to try to get 8, 5. You might be surprised at how this feels. 7 and 8. Okay. How's that right leg? So now we're going to put the left leg, make sure it's firmly on that stool, on the center of the stool. And you can hold on here slightly, push your hips back slightly, and you're thinking come straight down. And if you notice, that knee of the leg that's on the stool isn't extending too far over the toe. It will extend a bit. You watch yourself the next time you're going upstairs. You will see that that knee of the leg, the upper leg, is going to go in front of the foot slightly as you get up. That's 4, I think. Sure, let's say 4. 5, 6, we're just touching down. 7, now 8. If on that exercise you can't touch your heel down, no problem. Just go down to as low as you can and come on back up. That's fine. All right. So now this is the exercise we're going to get down onto the ground. It is a hip thrust. So to get down safely onto the ground, if I have a chair, I'm going to hold the chair. My back stays in this neutral position here. I'm not rounding my back. I'm going to simply bend and come down, come down. Notice I kept a nice neutral spine here. And then from here, I'm going to come forward, push the hips back, and get onto all fours. And then from here, what I want to do is I want to come down onto the side, put my arm down, maintain that support, and the next thing you know, I'm on the ground. All right, and we'll reverse that going up. So this is going to be a hip thrust. All right, lying on your back, head is resting on the ground. We're going to put our hands at the side. We're going to think about driving the hips up to the sky like this. Here we go. 1. And what you're thinking about is squeezing your glute muscles together. 3. 4. Exhale. Inhale on the way down. 5. 6. 7. We'll try to get to 12. 8. All right. 9. 10. 11. And 12. All right. Now, we can do this exercise from a standing position. It's a hip hinge. What I'll do is insert a modification for that. So now, coming back up, you want to think about turning onto the side. We're here, resting on our elbow and our hands. We get back to all fours, then using the chair for support. One leg, pushing on that arm, pushing on that leg, and we're back up. Okay, good. Third exercise. Now, I'm going to grab the bands. So I have the yellow, the red, and the green. The green are the most in the set, the strongest. There's also a blue and a black. So we're going to do a banded row. So we're going to do this one from seated. So what I want you to do, extend your legs out. It's a slight knee bend. And I want you to wrap the band a little bit, one wrap around your hands. And we're going to think about driving our elbows to the back of the room. Here we go. As our thumbs come to our armpits. That's it. Keep the elbows tight to your body. 3, 4, 5. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9. Go at your pace. 10. I'm going to go to 12. Squeeze the back together. 11 and 12. Okay, very good. So that was working the back muscles now. It's going to help with our posture, keeping our chest open. Of course, tends to happen, especially if you've been sitting at a desk, you get rounded over like this, shoulders get slouched and hunched forward. So now we did a back exercise. We're going to do now a chest exercise, and we're going to do a push. So what this is going to be is the motion of a push-up. We're going to push the arms ahead of us like this, okay? And we're going to exhale when we do it, inhale when we come back, all right? So think about pushing straight away from you, all right? We're going to try and do 12. Here we go. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There you go. So that was 4 exercises. All right, so we did a squat, we did a hinge, we did a row, which is a pull, and we did a push. And now the last one is going to be helping with balance, okay? It's going to be a single leg stand. How long can you stand on one leg? And you'd be amazed. So the key here is to pick a spot on the wall. But I'm going to add a twist to this. So we're going to count backwards from 100 by 7s. So now I'm not going to call out the numbers, but I want you to go backwards by 7. All right? Let me explain. Well, maybe I'll do a couple with you. All right, so what we're going to do, left leg is going to come up now into this position. Find a spot. If you need to hold on slightly, you can. If not, put your arms out. Okay, ready? Starting at 100. 100. 93. 86, 79, 72, comes after 72, 65, 58, 51, 44, oh my goodness, 37, 30, there you go. All right, is that right? I think so. Let's do it again. Left leg stays on the ground, right leg comes up. Here we go, starting at 100, 100, 93. Now go to yourself, keep counting. Let's see. How many can you do? If you stumble, if your leg comes down the ground, no problem. Put it back up and count again from where you left off. Let's get down to 30. Okay, good. There you go. Those are the 5 exercises. So we're going to take a quick little break. If you have some water, you can grab a quick sip. How you doing? All right, so this is workout 5. There's going to be 3 more in this series, 6, 7, and 8, and then we're going to ramp things up. Ideally, you can just cycle through these 8, do 2 a week, and when you get to 8, start back again and just keep going. And you can make it more difficult by either increasing the resistance or increasing the number of reps up to a certain point. And then, by that point, I would have loaded more workouts in. All right, so we're going to start with our step down or our touchdown squat. So remember, the key to this, think about going up and down a set of stairs here, all right? So starting with the left leg going down, we're going to push our hips back and we're going to touch. We're going to touch. We're going to get 8. That's 2. Touch. That's 3. That's 4. 5. 6. And if you can't go all the way, no problem. Go halfway. 7. One more. 8. Very good. Excellent. All right. Here we go. Right leg goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, there you go. So that's our touchdown squat. Now, the hip thrust from the ground. Once again, remembering how to get safely up and down off the ground, okay? So if you find yourself on the ground, let's say, heaven forbid, you've fallen, how do you get up and down safely? Right, so getting down safely, let's say you have to get down to the ground, support yourself using a chair or some kind of object, and then back straight here, nice and in line, one knee, and then another knee. Then left arm or right arm or left arm. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to gently lower ourselves to the side, supporting with the arms. Then we're going to roll onto our back. And here we are. Okay. And now hip thrust. Here we go. Think about driving the hips to the sky. 1. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze here. Good. And 3, good. 4, 5, we'll get to 12. 6, 7, go at your own pace. Take breaks when you need them. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now, here we are on the ground. We need to get up. So what we're going to do, knees together. I'm going to go this way because my chair is over this way. So I'm going to put knees down. Then I'm going to get up on this arm, on this elbow, using both hands now. I'm going to push myself up into this position. And if you don't practice this, I would strongly suggest from time to time, All right, here we're here now, hand on the chair, one leg, and then another leg, and then you're up, okay? We don't really think about it, do we? Until it becomes an issue, all right? So all of these exercises are going to help with that. So here we go. We're going to do the banded row, wrap the band around, and as I said, you have the green band. If the green band's too easy, go with the blue or the black, and if it's too much, go with the yellow or the red. Okay, here we go. Banded row. Thumbs coming to the armpits. We're going to squeeze our back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 11 and 12. Excellent. So we worked our back. Now we're going to work our chest muscles. So we're going to wrap the band around a couple more times. It's coming out at the top here, over the tops of my knuckles of my index finger. All right. And now it's in between my thumb, right in that crook right there. Okay. We're going to push straight out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let the elbows come back. The elbows do not necessarily need to be tight to your ribs in this one. 4. I think that was 4. 5. Well, if it was not 4, we did an extra one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. Now, this is round 2. You can do a third cycle of this if you'd like. However, let's start with getting through 2. Now we're going to do our standing on one leg. I'm going to have a chair or some support close by, counting backwards from 100 down to 30. Now you might be saying, and count it out loud, why is this more difficult? Because cognitive load. Balancing requires a lot of muscle coordination and brain function. Now you're distracting yourself by having to count as well. So now the brain is going, wait a second. And it's not just counting by rote. There was a very specific reason I picked count backwards from 100 by 7, because we don't normally do that, right? So this makes it much more difficult to manage these things. But if you think about when you're walking, you're doing lots of things. You're not always necessarily just focused on walking. Your brain is thinking about all sorts of different things. You're looking, you're having a conversation. So this is why we're trying to make things a little bit more challenging, okay? And I wasn't counting backwards from 100 by 7s because I was here yakking away to you. Anyway, I think we're at 30. All right, let's go. Here we go. All right. Put the hands out. That helps. Okay, remember those tightrope walkers had the long poles. All right, so just be able to balance. All right. So, how are we? Good? Thank you so much. This is the last move. Can you believe it? Yeah, see, 20 minutes goes by really quickly. All right? What are we at? Here we go. Now, if you have some kind of timer, we'll see if you can get all the way down to 0. Maybe you can get all the way down to 0 and then count up by 7s, back up to 100. Okay? Or as close to it, because of course, 100 isn't divisible by 7, so you're not going to get there evenly, are you? No. All right. There we go. How'd you do? Perfect. That brings us to the end of this. So we're just going to do a little bit of a cool down. I'm going to breathe in, extend the hands. All right. It's amazing what you can do from home, folks. It would be great if we could have access to a personal trainer and a facility close by, but not everyone has that option, that opportunity. So the internet has been wonderful to allow for things like this to be possible. Anyway, please leave me some comments of workouts you'd like to see. I understand these are just gentle workouts for seniors that I'm putting on there to help people feel like they can do some things to stay active. We all want to stay independent. Okay, I understand that. I'm 56 and I finished an entire 30-year career in education. And I'm now doing this to try and help support others in a different capacity, all right? My in-laws are both 86, and I see, you know, how it is for them to move around. And it's not easy, and staying active and staying independent. You know, we all want to cling on to and hold on to that for as long as we possibly can. Anyway, here we go. Extend the left leg, and we're going to just lean forward slightly, and we're going to feel the stretch. Okay, slight knee bend. All right. Inhale, come forward. Exhale. Keeping that, I'm not rounding the shoulders, I'm thinking about my chest coming right towards the screen. All right, let's do the right leg. So, inhale, here we go. Chest comes towards the screen. And here we go. Inhale, one more time, reach towards me, come towards me. All right. Exhale, one last move. Let's give ourselves a big hug. Yes. Oh, yes. Because you need to thank yourself for showing up. Okay? There's lots of other things you could have been doing for 20 minutes, but you decided to stay here. All right? And please, if you like the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and it'll help push this out to others that might gain some benefit from it. All right? Anyway, I am Coach Aldrin. Thank you so much for being here with me. I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, so please look for the next videos coming up, all right? And as always, be awesome.